Good morning, I'm John Damiano with the Providence Group of Keller Williams Atlanta Perimeter, and I'm here today with my good friend Joe Trovato, the mortgage guy. And what we want to do is answer questions that everyone's asking about what's going on with mortgages. So today we're going to answer those questions. This question comes back to the concerns about the interest rates and the increased housing prices and value. As we look back to the crash of 2007 and even the housing slowdown in the late 90s, should people be concerned about another housing crash or the bubble bursting?
Absolutely not. In my opinion, I don't think there's going to be a housing crash anytime soon for these reasons. The number one factor that leads to a crash is when the inventory way outweighs the demand. And in today's market, we actually have the opposite of that. We have very low inventory and very high demand. Here's a for instance. Right now, even though we've seen more inventory as of late come on the market, which is great, we're still at about 1 to 2 months of inventory. And if you think back to 2007, at the beginning of the crash, we had 12 months worth of inventory. So really, in order to get to a stable market where we have about 6 months of inventory, we'd have to double or triple the amount of inventory we have now before we would even start seeing it switch the other way. So I don't think there's any a burst coming anytime soon. The second factor why I don't believe there'll be a burst is because we have a very strong financial system right now. Back in the previous crash, there was a lot of toxic loans, as you remember, and people had very low inventory. If we look at the data today, Americans have more equity in their homes now than ever before. So when people have lots of equity, that means that there's probably not going to be a bubble, because if someone would get in trouble, like if they end up not being able to make the payment, well, guess what? Housing prices are up, so they'll be able to sell it and get out of that financial trouble. So it's very unlikely that we have a housing bubble on the rise anytime soon.